Hey you guys, my name's Adam. I'm doing a deck profile on my deck that I took to ARG Worcester in Mass this past weekend. I've been away from the game since 2010. Last major event I attended was Nationals 2010 with Sabres. So my buddy Kyle created this deck a long time ago, and he sent me all the cards because I really wanted to play it and I wanted to have a good time at my first tournament. I didn't do as well as I would have hoped, but I had fun. I met a lot of cool people. I'm new to the New Hampshire area, so I was hoping to. I ran into a good friend, BB from Colorado. It was good seeing at least one person I knew there, and a lot of people I met there were nice. I met a couple of douchebags. I was on crutches, and some people were just rude and wouldn't get out of the way. I hate it when people flock over to the pairings and are just rude. Anyways, let's get to the deck profile. Here's Last Warrior in case if you don't know what it does. When it's special summoned, all my monsters are destroyed. And neither player can, as long as you remain face up on the field, neither player can summon of any kind of flip, summon, special summon, or normal summon. The only thing you can do is set. So anyways, let's get on to the monsters. I ran 3 Zombira. And then moving over, I ran 2 Mariakutai. I ran 3 King of the Swamp to search out Pauline as a substitute for Last Warrior. And then I ran 3 Prisma. My monster count was 11. I should have had Stratos. Not having Stratos this format hurts this deck's consistency a little bit, and it also cuts down on what heroes I can fusion summon with. Prisma, I didn't get Veilered at all weekend because Veiler has gone down in play from what I've been reading from people's posts online. Onto the spells. I ran 3 Upstart. With Upstart, my reasoning was if I can run 3 cards as just fillers, I can get to to the cards I need to hit Last Warrior more consistently and more effectively. So, I don't know how I felt about it. When I had it, I drew, and sometimes I would draw on the cards I need, and sometimes it just didn't matter. I ran 2 Duality. I liked Duality. After I dropped Last Warrior, having Duality helped out because I was able to dig for resources to protect him. For searching, I ran Reinforcement and 2 E-Calls to search out. E-Calls for Prisma, Reinforcement for Zombira and Prisma. The Heart of the Deck, Fusion Gate. Great card. I was able to get a nice hollow one at the event. Fusion Gate, you cannot Solemn Warning the monster that is bringing out from Fusion Gate. The opponent has to Mystical Space Typhoon it or get rid of it after it resolves. The opponent, of course, Vanity's Emptiness stops it, but after Fusion Gate stays on the field, I had 2 people try to Solemn Warning Last Warrior after Fusion Gate, and I had to explain with them that you could not do it because it was just annoying. Even I know that after being out of the game for 3 years. But anyways, 2 Terraforming to search out Fusion Gates. I should have probably ran 3 instead of just 2. I ran 1 Poly. Having the 1 Poly was I needed it and it worked out well. I ran 3 Lance. 3 Lance was wonderful. I had a great Lance, did me wonders. To finish off the Forbidden ratio, I ran 3-1-1, and Dress was I don't know. I had mixed results. Chalice was really good. It allowed me to go off with Last Warrior and to push against my opponent. I ran my body and Book of Moon as more protection for Last Warrior. My body I think I like my body better because I drew it more than Dress. Maybe that's why I didn't like Dress that much. And Book of Moon, it helped out defensively and offensively. Yeah, it was. I often cited out my body and Dress out game 2s and 3s depending on what I was going up against. But I always left in Book of Moon. I wish Book of Moon was at 2 or 3, to be honest with you. For my traps, so that's 21 spells, 11 monsters. That gives me 32 cards so far. Next, I ran 2 Trapstun. I don't really think I need to explain the reasoning why I ran that card to protect Last Warrior and to help it get it out safely. 3 Dark Bribe. Out of all the traps I ran, this was by far the best. A lot of people weren't expecting it, and I had a lot of frustrated people by negating. I negated Fate 3 times. I used Dark Bribe to negate 3 Fates in one game. It was awesome. My opponent was very frustrated. Safe Zone. It was good. It was good. It hurt me once or twice, but other than that, I liked it. I ran 2 Regeki Break. My buddy Kyle suggested I run this over the MSTs. When I go back and think about it, the discard cost hurt sometimes because sometimes I had a live hand, but there were just times when I needed Regeki Break to get rid of a threat. I think for the future I'm going to go over space. I'm going to go with space because that's what I originally decided, but last minute I decided to go with the breaks over the spaces just because it eliminates both spell and face-up spell and traps. Basically used against emptiness and face-up Crimson Bladers, so I couldn't draw in case if I left a weaker monster on the field against Last Warrior. For the fusions, I ran 3 of Last Warrior. I ran 3 Shining. There's the Last Warrior. Shining, I ran 2-0. 2 games in 1 match. I brought out 0, dropped Last Warrior, cleared my opponent's field. I won 1 game and lost the other one because my opponent was able to come back. For Exceeds, I ran Leviathan, Zenmaines, Levier, Blade Armor, Cowboy, Excalibur, and 1 last fusion. Elementary Squatter. I never brought him out. He was alright. I brought out Excalibur and Blade Armor a lot, and I brought out Cowboy once and it won me one of my games. For my side, I ran 3 space. I was anticipating a lot of skill drain side deck against. This deck is hurt by Phoenix Chain and skill drain. So I almost sided this in almost every game 2 and 3. It was never dead, but I was hoping I would have gone up against the skill drains. I ran 2 Swords of Concealing Light. The reasoning on that was my opponent had a big field. I could flip all their monsters face down and proceed to drop Last Warrior and just force them to do nothing about it. Games 2 and 3, if I was going second, I always sided in Dark Hole and Lightning Vortex so I could be aggressive against my opponent in case because if someone knows you're playing Last Warrior, they're going to drop a big field before you drop Last Warrior, and that can be difficult to get around. 2 Royal Decree against trap heavy decks. 2 Debunk was great. Compulse, I wish I main decked it. And 2 Kaiku against the E-Dragons because this deck has a really hard time siding against everything because you don't want to take away from your consistency. All in all, ARG Worcester was awesome. Great event. I'm glad I'm getting back into the game, and it was a great experience. I'm going to change this deck up and switch it around a little bit, take some things out, put some things in, and we'll see if I bring it into the next format or not. Thanks for listening, guys.